A game gives us time with the players around building empathy with the animals, empathy with the habitats, empathy with the people that are trying to protect this stuff.
So the gaming industry has unprecedented reach and influence across the world. So whether you're in Indonesia or India, everybody's playing games. What we're saying at UN Environment is to include green nudges in every game, or to try and get more money that can go to causes that can make a difference, or to subsidise games that have meaning so they can be produced and taken into the world to make it the place that we all need it to be.
If we can get the stuff that we're making into the hands of players and the people that we actually need to reach with this messaging, then that is where the help will come in most useful.
We want to work with the gaming industry to see how they can make a greater difference to the world. So whether it's for climate change, for nature, more sustainable choices, they can do huge things to see how we can get everybody to play for the planet.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon or good morning from wherever you're calling. This is day 5 of the e-application lens, and yes, I am very, very excited to be here with you all. And not to waste time, in case you don't know, the jam has started. And so if you're a game developer, if you're an animator, whatever kind of creative you are invited to join us in Hacking for Good. You're invited to join us in coming up with creative solutions that tackle climate change. And please remember, for you to do this, we expect you to go through the UN course so that you are armed with information in what you are building. And today, seeing the jam is going on, and we have game developers working here, some app developers, hopefully. We have a guest in the house, 2 amazing individuals. You've met one before. The other is new, coming in for the first time, and it's going to be a little bit technical. In what way? Well, we have representatives from OpenBack coming to show us how to use OpenBack in optimizing your push notifications to increase user engagement and retention. And who are these people? Well, let's welcome them on board. First, we have Ben. Welcome, Ben. Yeah, good to see you again. Good to see you. And today we have someone new, an engineer with based on integration and so many cool stuff. Basically, that's really technical. And let's bring him in, Dylan.
Thank you, Oscar. Appreciate the intro.
Yeah. So what we're going to do basically is we're going to be looking at how to optimize our push notifications using OpenBack. And I'm not the expert in this field, so I'll leave it to the experts to carry on. So Ben, Dylan, over to you.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that introduction. Yeah, so just to give a very brief overview of OpenBack. So OpenBack is a mobile engagement company providing next-gen push notification and in-app messaging solutions. So it's a very effective way to more personally, to better engage with your players, with your users in ways that keeps them coming back to your game or to your app, keeps them playing it, keeps them more increased session times, increased screen times, spending more money in your app, and just overall gets you a better return on push notifications. Unlike a lot of push notification vendors in the space, not only do we focus on a combination of real-time personalization, but we also focus a lot on deliverability. So solving the reliability issues and the poor delivery that plagues push notifications and creates very poor user experience and very poor click-through rates and so on, and retention, so on and so forth. So we make sure that messages get delivered and that they get delivered at the right moment for that user. And that's really our secret sauce, I suppose you'd say. We would control the exact moment when that message gets delivered. So say, for example, it could be when the user next unlocks their phone, because you know they're actually looking at their device. Yeah, so look, we're a very international company. We work with with companies the size of Twitter, for example. We work with gaming companies all around the world. We're very active. We've partnerships, very strong partnerships in South Korea and all across Asia. So, you know, myself, we're super excited to be speaking to all African creatives and African app developers today. And, you know, we'd love to hear more from you, and hopefully this will be of use. So look, so without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Dylan, and he's going to take you through the technical nuts and bolts of how to get set up, how to start, you know, integrate our SDK, send out the first messages, and like Oscar said, optimizing for better engagement. So Dylan, over to you.
Thanks, Ben. So I guess first things first, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to bring us through basically the entire integration. So when I say entire integration, it's being generous. The entire thing takes like 5 minutes. And this is just the Android integration, and it's very straightforward. It's literally like 2 lines of code and updating your manifest file. But before getting into the technical aspect, it's easier to go through it from the dashboard perspective. So this is our website. You basically just log in, and this will bring you to this dashboard here. Shows you all the different metrics that you can see to do your app. There's obviously no data in this because it's just a demo account, but you can see your installs, number of active devices. You can see of those active devices, what size is your audience, how many users actually have push notifications enabled. Of that, how many of your monthly active users are actually allowing push, so how many people are actually using your app at least 1 day a month. And then of that, how many of those are actually coming back and using your app because they've received a push notification. So that's all the kind of the metrics side. We can skip past that. So the very first thing that we need to do is actually just create an app. So we go to the Add App page. We're going to create this Android app. We're just going to call it eAfrica Sample. The package name is .sample app. We don't need Firebase or anything just for this little setup. It's just going to be very straightforward, very basic integration. We'll still be able to get push notifications. We just don't need to set up Firebase yet. So we've created our app. So the next thing then is we want to create the actual message, create the actual notification that comes through when the app runs. So I'm going to just make this a test app, our test message. We're going to select our new app. We're going to go, this is a test for the title, and then content, we're just going to say, like, hello everyone. Something nice, straightforward, simple. And now the final stage, that all this can obviously be customized and be much more advanced, but for the purposes of this quick little walkthrough, don't need to get into it. So I'm just going to say that's my notification, and now I want it to deliver when the phone is unlocked, because we're doing testing here, we're doing a walkthrough here. My phone is going to be unlocked, so the notification is going to go through. So now we've created our app, we've created our message. So now we actually have to integrate. So we have to actually put the SDK into our app. So we have our docs here at docs.openback.com. You can just take this one line here. So the OpenBack Maven repo. We're going to add that in here into our, no, we're not going to add it in there. We're going to add it in here to our repositories in the Gradle file. We're going to take the actual OpenBack SDK line. So it's just an implementation line. We're going to take that and we're going to add that here with our dependencies. And we're going to sync our Gradle project. I'll sync, pull down the SDK, all good. So then the next thing that we actually have to do is we need to add the app code to the manifest. So the app code is generated when we created that app that we just made a minute ago. So if we go back here to our apps page, we should see the Africa app. We're not seeing it at the moment. It's grand. Sometimes it can take a few minutes for it to appear there. It's grand. We can just go through here. So now we can see here we have our app code. So this is just a randomly generated code that we get given. So we take that and we're going to add that to the manifest. So here, these are the actual 3 lines that we need to add to the manifest. So our app code, the auto start, and what actual icon we're going to use for the notifications. So we're just going to take this sample code. going to take all of the sample code, like that, open up our manifest, and we're going to add that in. Now, we have the auto start true, we have our notification icon in there, but now we just need to add in the app code. So we're going to go back to here, take the app code, put it in, and now we're good to go. That is it. So we have all that set up. We've got all that done. We have our message, we've got our app created, we have our SDK integrated. So now the only thing really is to actually run it, see our notification come through. Oh, the phone has locked itself. Oh. And there's the notification. So that was it. That was probably give or take 5 minutes, if even. And that is the integration of our Android SDK. So obviously you can get deeper into that and you can do a few more things. So you can actually set up, say, custom segments or custom events. So if you want to send users notifications based on your own app information. So while we have different out-of-the-box ways of sending somebody a notification of when they should actually get it or who it should go to. So for example, we've stuff out of the box of if somebody hasn't opened the app in a month, they'll get a notification. If the user has something like Skype installed or something like that, they'll get a notification. And then the delivery moments then would be, is their phone unlocked? What time of the day is it? What location are they in? How many times have they opened the app? All this kind of stuff. You can get very, very deep and technical with it. But what is usually better is that we've got things called custom segments and custom events. So that's basically using your app's information to send users notifications or to segment users. So if a user is in your game and they've played like 30 levels and you want to send a notification to all users that have played over 30 levels, then that's one line of code to add to our SDK, which I think I have an example of that here. Simply just that. So open back custom segment 1, instead of USD, we would say that set that to be 30. So now that is saying that this user has played 30 levels. So we can then create a message and say, send this message out to every user that has played 30 levels or has played more than that, whatever makes the most sense. And then custom events is more so for when a user completes an action. So users just finished the level, or if you're making a game that's kind of like an energy-based game where users run out of energy and they'll get energy back in the next 8 hours, you can set up an event that says they've just run out of energy, and then in 8 hours' time they'll get it back. So you can schedule that notification for 8 hours' time to bring them back into your app and tell them that that they've got energy again, they can play again. And the benefit of all this is obviously all stuff that other apps have set up and either made themselves with servers and backend and storing all this data. All of this is actually handled by the device and stored on the device. So there's no server that we have that's tracking all this information and saying, oh, well, these are the exact users that fit this exact criteria. We send out a message that actually just says, send this to every user, and if they fit the criteria, they'll see the message. So my phone, if I was to send it out to every user, saying that send out a message of like all users that have completed 20 levels, something like that, every user would actually get the message. If their phone would pull down the message, but only if they fit the criteria would they actually receive the notification and see the notification appear. So everything is done by the device. It's the same thing. If that message will always sit on their phone until it is time for it to deliver. And then obviously, because everything is device side, that allows us to get more in-depth metrics and more information around what is a notification actually doing. Are our notifications actually generating revenue? Are they helping us out? So these are some demo stats that you can see of what it looks like if you had actual information coming into the dashboard of tracking like click-through, interaction rates. And one of the big things obviously is if a user clicks a notification, that's all great. But did they do something because of that? So you can actually implement goals as well that will track a user saying that they've clicked this notification. They then went into the app and they completed some form of task or completed some form of goal. That could be like an in-app purchase, or just for them to participate in an event, or whatever it might be. And you can then track the revenue generated by that. So you can actually very easily track that I've sent out 10 different notifications to all my users in the last month. And those 10 notifications that I've sent out, that's actually generated me this amount of money, the thousands of dollars, whatever it is. So you can actually directly attribute how much money your notifications are making you. And then obviously when you can track all that, you can improve and iterate and say, well, this notification didn't do too well. Why didn't it do too well? Did I say something stupid in the content? Did I send it at the wrong time? Did I send it to the wrong people? What did I do? You have to look at your data and look at your metrics and improve and iterate over and over and over until you start sending some perfect notifications. But that is a very, very brief overview of everything. So I might just hand it back to Ben before I actually just keep mumbling on.
Thank you, Dylan.
Nice.
That's great. So I hope that was useful for everyone. So I guess I think it really demonstrates just how simple it is to get up and running on our site. You can go directly to openback.com, create a free account right there and then, and you could be up and running today and sending out first messages today. I think, how long did that take, Dylan? About 10 minutes or so. So yeah, you went up 10 minutes time, you'd be sending out your first messages. Ideally, you'd reach out to myself or Dylan. My email address is up on the screen, bdavern@openback.com. And I suppose we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear about your challenges, what problems you need solved, and hopefully we can help you with retention, with making more money, with better engaging with users and players all across Africa and the world.
Yeah, that was really, really. Just my own personal feedback, I'm really super shocked that it's that easy to implement it. I was expecting it to take much longer, but you made it so simple, Dylan.
Thank you.
That's really, really cool. That's really cool. So let's see how it goes. Yeah?
Oh, no, sorry. No, I was just going to say lots of practice. That's it.
Yeah.
Make it look easy.
Yeah. So let's see how it goes. We do hope we get, we have, so far so good, we have 6 teams working on the challenge right now, building a game. So I don't know if you could also probably drop by to see if you could interact with them to see, that's on the Discord server, so that you could see how we could probably provide some internal support to those who would love to implement it. I think the personal interaction would really help to also inspire them to try it out, because tools are in many ways scary. When you're trying out something really new, you feel like, oh, should I really put it? So, but if you have someone there to support, it might drive action more. So I think that would be cool. I really would love to see if they can implement it and see what it looks like on the various games and apps we're expecting. So yeah, any more things from you? This was really, really super fast. I really loved it.
No, I don't think there's anything more from our side, really, unless Ben.
No, just wanted to thank everyone for the invitation, and thanks everyone for watching.
Awesome then. So thanks so much for coming in. This recording is going to be online. This is the, I think, fastest implementation I've seen so far by years. Yeah. So I would, this is online for everyone. Please see if you can make use of OpenBack and give feedback, please. If you have any questions, reach out to Ben. His email address is on the screen. I'm also going to drop it on the chat section. So wherever you are, from YouTube, Facebook, anywhere, please feel free to reach out to him. That's bdavern@openback.com. And then you get the support. Let's not forget, for your first 10,000, is it users or transactions or process on the platform that's free?
It's monthly active users.
Okay,
So it's
monthly
so
active
your first
users.
yeah. So your first 1,000 monthly active users are free. So
Yeah.
essentially, if you have 999 users, you can send out as many notifications or create as many apps as you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no limitation.
That's awesome. So there's no barrier to entry, basically. Give it a shot. Let's see how we can optimize. Let's see how we can increase user engagement and retention using push notifications and using OpenBack. So give it a try, share your feedback. Let's hear what you think about it. Thanks so much, Ben. Thanks so much, Dylan. It was wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Okay, then. You enjoy your afternoon. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Okay, guys. Yep. Ooh, today is we don't have much sessions today. We just have 2 sessions, and one of them is done already. That's on how to optimize your push notifications using OpenBack. You can see the implementation is very quick. In about 10-15 minutes, about 5-10-15 minutes, everything is done. So give it a try. It's free to use. Give it a try and share your feedback. Let's know what you think about the service. And let's also see if really it helps us retain customers. That's really something important to see. So give it a shot. They would also be in the Discord server, so you can reach out to them directly for support, or you can send an email to bdarvin@openback.com. Next, we're going to be having someone that, how do I put it? Doran, that's his name. He has a platform called Mishmash, and I'm really excited about it. It's a drawing canvas that allows you to draw collaboratively, and it's from Kwakwa Game Studio. And I think we have some minutes to spare before he joins us, because we're a little bit on time. So let's see. Let's await him. And please thank him. Just in a few minutes, we'll be looking at how to draw a mashup drawing using Mishmash. Yes, guys. So we want to wrap things up quickly. We don't want to waste much time. But these sessions are very important for you to see the people behind the services, the people supporting us. So that if you have questions, if you want to reach out to them, you can reach out to them. You would have had some form of interaction, seen their faces, get to read some emotions from them, and you can easily interact with them. That's why we are having this session. So for the Mishmash game, that's going to happen mainly through our Discord server. But today, right now, we're going to meet the man behind it. That's Doran, and he's in the call already. And so we're going to have a quick interaction. We're going to see what the kind of the end result of these activities look like. And we'll do that quickly. If you have questions, reach out. But let's get into it immediately. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Doran.
All right.
I fancy myself a presenter.
Thank you so much, Oscar, for the invite. I'm very excited about doing the drawing with the participants of the event. I'll quickly show what what drawings can, how it works? Maybe it's easier, or should I show? I first show the drawings that can be made, and then I'll show how we do them. Maybe that's easier.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll share my screen. Share screen. Okay, screen is, see, has 2 monitors. No, I just have 1 screen. Okay, share screen, entire screen. All right, share, cool, great. So I don't know if you see my screen now. Yes. So okay, this is one drawing that was made with the game. So this is one single part, right? And we can trace back how it was made. This is, it's a bit cutting quickly through the, it's not all the frames, but this is another example of how the drawing is made by each part, right? So this was done for Easter. So we start in the center. So the first piece is in the center. Then we cut the edges of that drawing, and then the person on the right only sees a small part of that drawing. Then he does his part. And then once he's done his part, then the person on the bottom does their part. Again, only seeing a small part. Then on the left, then on the top, then on the sides, corners, and then ta-da, we're done. So this is 9 parts of the drawing.
Was it for Easter? Was it for Easter?
Yes, this was for Easter, yes. And this was, we also have white and black and white, so it's called chalk mode. Yeah. This was for Inktober. I think this theme was Wisp. It's called Wisp. And yeah, this I think is another black and white one. Oh, this was, for some reason we don't see anything. Okay. Oh, whoops, no, that was wrong one. Okay. This was, we did this at Nordic Game Conference. Just this is a 16-part drawing. So yeah, but it's the same mechanic. The only difference is that for the 16 part, instead of start in the center, we start in the corner, and then we just do the same idea. We build it a bit like a wall, like a brick wall, like 4 to the one side and then 4 the other side. Yeah. Cool. So that's how the game works. I can quickly show also how the game works in real life. Okay, so basically, I think the backstage of our game. I can make this bigger. So a few aspects. So yeah, when you play, you get to see this, and then you can start a drawing. You do online in our case, of course, and then you choose. Well, the first player will have to create a new drawing. So we do create a new drawing. And then we choose how big we want the drawing. We can go up to 49 pieces or parts for the drawing. Wow. The smallest is 4. I think for our event, we'll try to do 9. Yes. Okay. For the demo, I'll show 4. And then we can choose colors or black and white. But I think for people tend to like the colors more. And this is a small explanation that they have to make sure that they draw something on the edges of the drawing. And then you also see more or less where the border is. So player 2 will see this part of your drawing. This is not entirely accurate, but it gives you an indication that you have to have some information of your drawing and all these parts. Otherwise, other players will have nothing to continue, right? So yeah, I'll quickly make a silly drawing. Please excuse me, I'm with a trackpad, so it's going to be pretty bad. But I'll try not to make it too horrible. So it's kind of a monster, I think, or something like that. Yeah, so you have colors, of course. So you can you can make colors, and you can give also silly stamps if you want to give some life to your drawing. Yeah, and yes, and we should give him a tongue, right? Tongues are important in this world, so let's give him a tongue. Great. Okay, and yes. So let's say we're happy with this drawing, more or less, or give him some teeth also. Let's put some teeth. Okay. All right. Let's say we're happy with this. Okay, no, this last one. Okay, you know what? No teeth. Let's do it with no teeth. Okay, so we send it. Then I can put in my name.
Nice.
And if you want to put a theme, so the first player has the most power. You can also give the drawing a theme. So let's call them, I don't know, Happy Monster. Okay, great.
Cool.
And then we're done. All right. And then once I'm done, we get a drawing code. And then we can copy that code. So the next players, when they enter the game, all they have to do is press this key button and they enter the code.
Okay.
And then join, and then they're in the game. So
awesome. So they see just a part of it.
Yes, they see only a part. So here's Doron, and here's player 3. Okay, so they can think, ooh, what's this? I have no idea. All right. Yeah, we could try to make this like, I don't know, like a snail, and give them some, I don't know, some head. All right. Anyway, you guys get the idea. And some eyes. And this maybe, I don't know, this. Well, now we can give him some teeth because it's,
I
don't know. And maybe he's putting something.
What was the inspiration behind the game?
What is the inspiration behind the game? So this is it's a variation on a very old paper game invented by the surrealist artists back 100 years ago, more or less. And the paper game, you do the same mechanic. You just take a piece of paper and you fold it into 3 or 4 parts. And then usually the first player drew the head, and just the neckline of their drawing, they kind of continued over the first fold, then fold the drawing. And the second player did the body, and the third player did the legs. So I gave a workshop for kids. Well, that was my job for a while, to give creative workshops for children. And we did this game. Well, we had the Make Your Own Monster workshop, where they invented their monster. And one of the games I played with them to get their inspiration for their monster was to do this paper game. And two kids were late one day to school, so then they arrived late. I said, yeah, doing this only with 2 people is a bit boring, so let's add you to another group. So I took an extra piece of paper and added it to the and then one clever kid said, ooh, let's make one monster the whole class together. And I was like, wow, yeah, that sounds like a fun idea. But problem 1, I really need a big piece of paper, which not that big of a deal, but I didn't have that piece of paper on me. Problem number 2 is the time it will take to organize all these things. And then I need to make sure that we can cover each part. And I had to create a system with a big cardboard that unfolds. But it was a logistic nightmare to do this with a group of big kids. So I thought, that's where slowly the idea of we could do digital. This way the canvas can have theoretically unlimited sizes. We could play online. We could play in turns. We don't have to be at the same space at the same time. So that's slowly how the game came about. Then we thought, oh, we can also add animations to the drawing, which we cannot do to paper normally. So when you're done, you connect your drawing, and then you can send it. You can add your name. So let's say this is Tommy, and you can see how Tommy's drawing connects to this drawing. And the third person will be here, and the fourth person will be there. And this is just a 4 part, right? Yeah, that's how the game works. That's pretty much it. Yeah, so the first player has an important part. He has to also give me the code. I will talk to them personally. And then once we have the code, people can join in when it's their turn. If they're also, they can always see the how to play if they are a bit confused. So here you can see the original game was on paper, and so they have a better. They can always go back to here. They can access this as well from from the settings and the gameplay.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is still in the works, but we're slowly getting to the tutorial. So yeah, happy drawing. That's that's pretty much yes. Cool. Yeah. How do I return back to RT? Yes. So I guess I stopped sharing my screen. I guess, is there any questions or I don't know, from somebody?
Right now we don't have much questions. For those of you watching in, this game was built by Quack Games, and I'm not sure the pronunciation. Is it Quack?
Quack was perfect. Yes, Quack. It's the sound of a duck and a frog.
Yes. Quack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quack.
I'm dropping the link to the chat section so everyone can check it out. Quack Games is the creators of Mishmash, and we can't wait to see what the guys jamming right now on the eAfrica Challenge will build. So if you also want to have a play with these games for your sessions and the like, please feel free to reach out to Quack. They will be able to get in touch with you, respond, and see how you can get this into your sessions. I tell you, this is a very, very fun activity, especially for online meetings, which are becoming so stressful daily. So if you can get this, I can assure you, you're really going to enjoy having to do this activity with your team. So reach out to Quack, and Doran, I think now you are in charge. So we'll be looking out to see you.
Okay, great.
See you
Super.
in the Discord channel, talking with the teams and getting them to start building.
Yes, and let them know that they can also, if they didn't sign up yet and they still want to sign up, we're flexible. We can also play later on today. It's
awesome.
Yeah. So if they're too busy now with their game and they do it when all of a sudden one team member has time, they can also.
Yeah.
We have 9 spots. So once the 9 is up, then no more spots. If there's a big demand, we'll make a new drawing, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, cool. And they can also join our Discord if they want via our website. There's a Discord link as well. And then they can also play test. They can play test as well via our Discord. You can also have access to the test version. So they're invited to check it out there. Perfect.
Okay, I've shared the Discord channel for your Quackware as well into the comment section, so everyone should be able to have a view of that. So thanks so much for your time, Doran. I look forward to talking with you in the Discord channel. Do have a lovely day.
Perfect. Thank you. Have a good one. Thank you so much, Oscar. Okay. Ciao.
Yeah.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.
So yeah, guys, that's it. And that's the end of today's session, actually. We've done our best to keep the time. What do you think? So the jammers in the Discord channel are going to be creating a Mishmash for eAfrica Challenge for the climate change. So we look forward to seeing what they're going to build. We also look forward to their game. If you've not joined, you can still join. Right now, I think 6 teams have already taken up slots. So we have 3 slots remaining. You can join the Discord server and see how you can get your team on board before it's too late. And yeah, just so you know also, the theme of this challenge is protect the planet when we're acting climate change. I guess I have to run right now. Let's leave you all to what you're doing. Those creating, those currently at work who will join us later, do ensure you have a lovely day. And for the challenge, remember, don't stress too much. Have fun, do something you love, do something that connects with you so that you can find your audience naturally. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Happy Friday, happy weekend. Stay blessed.